fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 1993 film Fit to Kill, starring Donna Spear, Roberta Vasquez, R.J. Moore, and Julie Strain. But first, a word from our sponsors. Overview of the movie. A wealthy businessman has a diamond that was stolen from Russia by the Nazis during World War II, and he plans to return it to the Russian government during his retirement party. However, international arms dealer Martin Cain is out to steal the diamond for himself. Now it's up to special agents Donna Hamilton, Nicole Justin, and their team to protect the diamond and prevent Cain's plot. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, this movie knows exactly what it is, and it isn't ashamed by it at all. This is a girls with guns movie, and by that I mean the plot revolves around attractive women in minimal clothing, shooting guns, and blowing stuff up. The plot of this movie doesn't really matter. It's about attractive women in skimpy clothes, shooting guns and blowing stuff up. Hell, there's one character in this movie who at most wears a bikini, is usually topless, and does nothing but serve coffee. That's all she does the entire movie is serve coffee. She shoots a gun one time at a can, but for the rest of it, she just serves coffee and makes coffee. This movie knows what it is. It's not ashamed about what it is. It doesn't try to hide what it is. It doesn't try to be anything more or deeper or more sincere than what it is. It embraces the fact that this is a girls with guns movie. Also, this movie has just fantastic explosions. I mean, seriously, these things are just beautiful. I honestly think about half of the budget of this movie went to just blowing stuff up because the explosions were fantastic. They were gorgeous and massive. It wasn't like some little piddly nonsense. It was just big, massive explosions, giant balls of fire expanding out into the sky. They were just gorgeous in this movie. Also, one thing that I really liked, and you won't really notice if you don't watch the previous movies in this series. Yes, this movie is part of a series. I think it's like maybe the 6th movie in a series. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it has so many little Easter eggs and little acknowledgments to the movies that were before in the series, like using this cow print briefcase or this particular dress that somebody's wearing. It's like they're just these props are coming back into the movie. They were in other movies, and it's not like they're just simple little like meaningless props. They're noticeable, like a cow print briefcase. I mean, you notice that. It's obvious that this has been in every movie before this in the series, and they keep bringing this stuff back. I really like it. I don't know if they're just trying to save money and can't afford new props, or if it's an intentional nod back to all the movies before it. I don't know which one it is, but either way, I like it. The cons of this movie? Well, okay, this is something I harp on in every Andy Sedaris movie, the acting. The acting in this movie was on par with the kind of stuff you get in soap operas. It was noticeably on par and on the same level as all of that stuff, as soap opera acting. I mean, I've seen worse acting, but I've seen much better, and the acting in this movie was on par with what you see in soap operas. But kind of still tying in with the acting and on the subject of the acting, there are certain people who should not have been cast in the roles they were cast in. Prime example, Rodrigo Obregon. He's in this movie. He plays a Russian diplomat. He's Colombian. He has a Colombian, I think he's Colombian, somewhere like in Central or South America. He has a very distinctive accent from the country of his origin. He has a very distinctive skin tone from the country of his origin. Neither one of them anywhere close to resemble Russian. Nowhere close. and he doesn't try to go with a Russian accent. He keeps his natural accent. Like, the only thing they do is they put kind of a blonde wig on him and be like, oh yeah, he's Russian now. No, he should not have been cast in that role. Get a white guy. Well, I don't even care about the color of his skin. Just get a guy who can do a Russian accent and be done with it. Just have him be able to do a Russian accent. Also, the second one I'd say shouldn't have been cast in the role, Roberta Vasquez. And I rip into her in just about every movie she's in because she deserves it. She is not a good actress, at least not in these roles. I mean, this character, it's like she's just trying and trying to come across as this badass. And it's obvious that she's trying. It's so obvious that she's trying to act like a badass that it seems unnatural and unbelievable. And it just takes me out of the whole movie. And, yes, she replaced Hope Marie Carlton in, I think it was Guns, was when the character of Nicole Justin first was introduced. She replaced Hope Marie Carlton. And Hope Marie Carlton and Donna Spear had this just chemistry together that just worked. And, one was kind of a smartass, the other was the hard-ass badass of the group. But now they got rid of Hope Marie Carlton, they brought in Roberta Vasquez. It's like these two are just trying to out-badass each other, and it just brings both of their performances down. Also, the dialogue in this movie, and this is another thing I talk about in every Andy Sedaris movie. They don't show you what's going on in the movie. They tell you what's going on in the movie. I mean, they're plot points that they just talk about. The characters would already know these things, but they're saying it so that the audience knows it, and it's obvious that that's why they're doing it. Again, it just feels fake and unnatural, and it just really takes you out of the movie. But realistically, you're not really watching this movie for amazing dialogue. You're watching it for attractive women in skimpy clothes, shooting guns, and blowing stuff up. Tying in with that reason, though, this movie is pretty slow in the middle. The beginning's great, it just balls to the wall action. The ending is great with balls to the wall action. The middle has some action stuff, but it's a lot of character development and dialogue and nude scenes. But mostly the character development and dialogue. I mean, that you don't need that stuff in this kind of a movie. This is a girls with guns movie. Show the women in skimpy clothes, shooting guns and blowing stuff up. We don't need to know about them as people. I don't care about that. I mean, in a normal movie, yes, absolutely develop these characters. But this is a girls with guns movie where the plot is pretty much useless and meaningless and doesn't need to be there. So just do what this movie is and be the movie that it is. My overall thoughts on the movie? While this isn't the best movie in the Lethal Force series, it's clearly one of the weaker ones, and I give it the Zangief. The series was originally going to end after this one, and it's easy to tell that by watching this. I do still enjoy this movie, there's just other ones in the same series that are better. I'll admit I've lost count of how many times I've seen this movie, so it's clearly something I will watch again. If you aren't a fan of the girls with guns genre, then there's no reason to watch this. But if you are, then Fit to Kill is worth watching. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week and top 10 lists posted on the 10th of every month. Also, if you have any recommendations for things you would like me to cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below and follow us on Twitter at explosions_TV. Thank you and have a nice day.